Former Cougar and current BYU football analyst Hans Olsen's on the Wise Guys, presented by Brady Plus and distributed by the Deseret News. Okay, 4-0 and in the top 25. Oklahoma State, Arizona, Kansas, they've all looked vulnerable. They're all coming to Provo. A couple of weeks ago, those might have been, well, which of those three can they get one? Well, now things have changed a little bit, so let's overreact because fans and broadcasters, they can do that. The football team, they got to stay focused.
They got to go one day at a time.
Does beating Kansas State, the way they beat Kansas State, change everything?
Yeah, it does. It does. It changes everything, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because you've got a staple, and when you've got a defensive staple that can play really good pass sets, when you've got a defensive staple that makes really good decisions and can have clear-cut rules and attack those rules. Kansas State went out and they still got some rushing yards. My first key to the game was keeping Kansas State at 165 yards. And they weren't able to do that. Kansas State they nearly went to their average, which was 244 yards. I think they ended up with 220 or whatever it was. I can't remember, but it was close to their average. But what they did do is they forced Avery Johnson into runs he didn't want to do. They forced him to get back into the pocket, and they did a much better job of contain and control. So what that tells me is you've got a defense that's disciplined, and you've got a defense that is versatile. And when you've got that, then you have stability. You know, you can have an offense that throws picks and is erratic and turnovers and fumbles and not enough runs and too many runs. And you can have an offense that's all over the place. When you got a defense that is sound and stable, you can win 8 games. You can win 9 games. Kyle Whittingham's been doing it at Utah for the better part of 20 years.
Yeah,